Welcome everybody to Build Fly Go. So I believe this is day 12. We're leaving from Aracaju, and we were heading north towards Fortaleza, but we ended up just spending the night in Coroa, Aviao, which turned out to be really nice. We'll talk more about that later. So Aracaju, unfortunately, was a very, very nice town, but the airport was a huge disappointment. When we arrived the night before, they were very nice, and we told them we were going to be spending 2 nights. And as you saw, they taxied us to a spot. And then when we went to pay our bill this morning, or the morning of the video, they claimed that we had parked not in a regular long-term spot, but in a short-term spot. So they billed us the short-term rate, which was close to 10 times the long-term rate for the parking. So it was an extra $100 in fees for this airport. I think I have mentioned that one of the big things that I want to draw attention to with this trip is to revitalize Brazilian experimental and civil general aviation. And this is a pretty perfect example of a entity that just is not interested in revitalizing aviation. They're just interested in getting their buck. They were not willing to change the fee, even though they clearly made the mistake. They even admitted that, yeah, we shouldn't have put you there, even though, because you told us you were going to be over there over the night. So we ate the $100. Unfortunately, they also didn't have a credit card machine, so we had to pay cash to the airport. So it's not even like I can call the credit card company and tell them to reverse it. But lessons learned, right? Insist on getting everything in order before you leave the airport for the night. But enough annoying things. So this flight was gorgeous. You'll notice we took off and we headed toward the coast, and there's these beautiful puffy clouds. And here we are on the right. You can see the coastline and the bright blue water as we head north up the coast. It was just gorgeous. So you'll notice that the clouds are actually pretty good. They're nice and small and puffy on the bottom. You've probably seen us in previous flights or zigzagging around clouds. We tend to be very careful around not getting close to large clouds. Definitely no excuse me. Definitely no cumulonimbus or towering cumulus. We try and stay away from those as much as we can, or as far as we can rather. But these are just like puffy little things, so we're not too worried about them. Of course, we're staying VFR, but we're not too worried about them. You'll notice later on that we circle to get below the clouds because it was getting a bit overcast or less heavily broken than we'd want it to. So we ended up circling a little bit to get below it. And we end up at Coroa do Avião. So I'll let you watch for a little bit, and then I'll chime in when we get closer to the airport. So we're heading into Coroa do Avião, which is crown of the airplane. It's a great airport. It's a great little airport. They have a aviation event coming up next week that we unfortunately won't make it to, but they took really good care of us. We ended up getting staying there overnight, which was not planned, but we got delayed by weather. You'll notice on our left the clouds are getting sort of icky and dark, so we ended up staying overnight, and they hangared us, and they made sure that we had somewhere to stay. They found us a fantastic place to stay, and there was the usual interview and all that when we landed, which is sort of fun. But yes, so thank you so much for everybody at Coroa do Avião. You guys were very helpful, and good luck with your event. Everybody should definitely, if you're around, go to the event. I let the camera run a little longer here because it's sort of fun. As we walked away, we left the plane open, and a bunch of people would come by and look at it, including a pair of instructors. Will wave at you, and sort of inspecting the airplane and looking at things. Sort of fun. But please subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys soon.